I got so caught up in what I was saying, I didn't even realize I wasn't recording, and I didn't even watch it back to see when I stopped recording. So I'm just gonna have to rewind in my mind a little bit. So, but I was hyped up. But basically, you know, about to go in, man. Like things, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like the last thing I want to do is think about the personal problems, because when I think about the personal problems, the only thing that comes to mind is just I just gotta go. Like I just gotta go. I gotta disappear. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go. Like where's Chad? Like I gotta go. Like that's I'm sorry. Like that's just how I am. Like because it's not that. Like it's like because that's what I need to do. I need to go on my own. I need to be out. I need to be on my own. Take care of myself. Take myself out of any other problems. So I'm not a part of any other problems. That's what I'm not saying I don't want to help out. Nah, man, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I really don't want to talk about it. I just want to talk about filming, man. Super camera. So I'm just going to tell you about the super camera. Okay. The super camera, pretty much told you most of it. It's daytime now, so it's like light coming up. So I'm going to get this list and read this list to you. And then we're going to identify what I have and what I don't have. That's on the list. That way you really know what the super camera is. Give me a second. Give me a second. Alright, the first thing on the super camera is the DSLR, right? And the DSLR that I have is the Nikon D3100. And then on the list of the ones that I want to get after that, of course, the Nikon D3200 and the Sony A3000. I'm gonna give that a shot. You can get the Sony A3000 on Amazon for about $500. Yeah, it's like $496, and that's a combo because it also comes with two lenses, but they might be in one. So I just say them as if they are one, and then I break them down as if they are two. So for $500 off Amazon, you can get the Sony A3000, and that will be the lens on it would be the 18 millimeter all the way to the 200 millimeter. So that's pretty good for 500 because I have to buy another 55 to 200 millimeter lens. And those, I can't even remember how much it was when I first bought it. I'd probably say it was somewhere around 200. Could have been more than 200. Probably was more than 200, but less than 300. Yeah, it's between 2 to 300, but it was under 3. But I'm sure it was like over 2. I can't even remember, man. I've been doing this for a while. And it's like the price of it is really not important, man, unless you're concerned with taxes. You know, I write it down for tax purposes and save receipts and stuff like that. And I print out my order forms and show them taxes. But besides that, I really don't want to think about how much I'm spending, because if I think about how much I'm spending, then that only increases the price that I have to charge. So in that sense of the phrase, you know, I will calculate how much I spend when it's time to figure out my prices, you know. But basically, the way I'm setting up my prices is that I would charge clients 10% of what I paid to use the equipment on their video, you know. So if I have $2,000 worth of equipment, then my minimum of charging would be like 200, you know. And then anybody that's like an exclusive member of Chad Films Incorporated, then their price would be under 200. You know, anybody that I owe that's been looking out for me for years and supporting me, helping me out, and giving me a chance, I owe y'all, so it's all good. But all the people that never seen my small camper and this is the first time they ever seen me, I don't owe them nothing. Straight up, you know, if I like you on spot, then I'll work with you, and most times I will work with you. But for all the people that are not like not like me, if you're not like me, then I'm not going to treat you like you like me. Even though you are me, you're another me, but that's on a different level. That's on a spiritual level. We're just going to keep this financial. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I bring the spiritual principles into the financial and business, and that's good for success. That's why I do it. I bring spiritual values into business, but everybody that does business does not have strong spiritual values. You feel me? So that's the conflict. So for the people that don't have real good spiritual values, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna bust your head wide open with the prices. You know what I'm saying? But that was just an expression. Like I said, I got spiritual values, so everything I do must represent that. So I just want to get out there and work with people, man, and, you know, get the little money. That's why I'm doing the 10% rule. That's why I'm doing the 10% rule to justify me charging a lot. So if I'm charging you $500 for a video, that means I'm using $5,000 worth of equipment. So if you have $5,000 worth of equipment in a video, you pay $500 for it, and shut up. Like, you can't complain about that. You shouldn't. And that's why I set it up like that. You know what I'm saying? When you have spiritual values, it makes everything easier. Business is easy when you got spiritual values because you understand how the energy works in the universe. I understand universal energy. And I've been in the process of understanding universal energy for many years. And finally, it just seems like the universal energy is starting to garner results. It's starting to really show itself to me in more and more obvious forms. It's always been subtle. It's always been subtle for me. But now, as you can look at it, it's just so obvious. It's getting more and more obvious. And I'm trying to take the obviousness as a sign that it's going to get more and more obvious, and I need to do what I have to do right now before it gets too obvious to the point to where I'm unprepared for what I am becoming. I want to be prepared for myself. You know, so I guess we pretty much going to end that right here. Well, nah, I'm going to start another video. Finish telling you about the super camera, but and I'm going to just try to finish that real quick. I got 2 minutes to do that. So, alright, we got a DSLR. Then the DSLR, it has to be on something. You know, you don't want to hold a camera in your hand. If you hold a camera in your hand, it's handheld. You get it? You hold a camera in your hand, it's handheld camera. You know, I don't hold the camera in my hand. You know, the camera is on a dual grip shoulder rig. It's on a dual grip shoulder rig. It's kind of long term. Dual grip shoulder rig. It means you hold it with 2 hands, and it's a shoulder rig. So it's 3 legs on it. It's like one is a leg that goes on your shoulder, rests on your shoulder to keep it stable. And then you got 2 hands on, you have 1 hand on each of the 2 handlebars on each side. So 1 handlebar on each side, put a hand on it. So a dual grip shoulder rig. It's very stable. You can move. It's very good for traffic shots when you're driving. It's very good. You're going to love it. You put it on your shoulder, you just slouch down in the seat. You be in the front seat, you slouch down, catch the traffic shots, and you can pan, and it just looks beautiful for traffic shots and anything, music videos, and filming, just period. It's stability and motion. It's stability and motion. If anybody's ever had a tripod and like had all the legs up on the tripod and hold a tripod in their hand, and more like a monopod, you know, it's like that. I never had a monopod, and that's something else on the list too, because the dual grip shoulder rig is just the first, I don't know what to call it, but just the first stability and motion device, stable device, stability device. You know, that was just the first one I got, and I started researching about different ones, but I just chose this one. And this one is collapsible, so it means I can change the arms up and down, and I can really move it how I want to. I can set it up on its own, and you know, so. But they have different ones. You got your tripod, but that's basic. I don't trip on that unless I'm filming myself. But with the dual grip, I can still film myself. I just turn it around. So after the dual grip, you got your monopod, and that's just like a tripod with just 1 leg. So you hold it, or it's a long pole, so you can have it on the ground and be holding it, and it's stable like that. Or you can lift it up in the air and be stable like that. I seen somebody with that. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of those. Then of course you got the Steadicam. You got 15 seconds left. The Steadicam is basically what Halloween was on. The first Halloween, you go back and watch the first Halloween, it was made with a Steadicam. Yeah. So, yeah.